We just watched the Opals, Australia, win big against Korea. After this game, it'll be Chinese Taipei and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. And we'll be wrapping things up with New Zealand against China. Well, I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Mick Bett, and we saw a very impressive Australia, and now we're wondering, similar to Australia, who are perhaps missing some big names from recent years, we're wondering how Japan will fare today, maybe not so much today, but in this tournament without the two-time reigning MVP of the FIBA Asia Championship for Women, Ramu Takashiki. And you can see the Philippine players being introduced to the crowd here. I'll get your thoughts on that real quickly, Mick, before the national anthem.
Yeah, Jeff, everybody's mind, isn't it? How is this Japan team going to come here and try and three-peat, two-time double champion? It's, I think we'll find out more at the end of this game, perhaps, because I think this will be an easy game for them to win, but it will show us a lot in how well they're going to do.
So now the playing of the national anthems for both Japan and then the Philippines. Okay, so the national anthems have been played for both teams, and as we look at Japan and the Philippines shake hands, we'll also get a look at the referees shortly, and then the coaches for both of these teams. Of course, the big news in Japan is Tom Huvas has gone from assistant now to head coach. Doesn't have the luxury of Takashiki, but nevertheless, a talented group. Here are the referees for today's game lining up from Kazakhstan, India, and Malaysia. Mikhaev, Baig, and Lim. And now the teams will have about 2.5 more minutes of their run-through, of their warm-ups rather, before the start of the game. And we'll get a look at both rosters for Japan and also the Philippines, and in the grand scheme of things, this is a David and Goliath matchup. When you consider that Japan have won it twice in a row. I remember watching in 2013 the Philippines, they were in Division B. And you're talking about a Japan team also that played at the Olympics. And as we get a look at their roster, keep an eye on Saki Mizushima, number 7. She's come in after an impressive season. And obviously you know about Asami Yoshida, number 12. And if you're wondering who Yuka Osaki is, well, she's now married. It was Yuka Mamiya, and now she is Yuka Osaki. So we might go back and forth between those names. Mamiya, and here's the Philippines roster, coached by Patrick Henry Aquino. Patrick Henry Aquino.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns there, Jeff. It will be interesting to see. They do have some height, but it's as most of Filipino basketball is built around speed and energy. They will not give you any space. They will be all over you from the first minute. But will Japan have enough to handle them? My feeling is they will indeed. And it will be, it's always fun to watch the Philippines, that's for sure. Because they don't play anything but 100%.
So the Philippines, obviously the men's team as well, has really helped put basketball on the map there, and the women trying to do their part, and they get a chance now to play in the Division A of this competition, and maybe they're the great outsiders coming into this competition in this division.
Yeah, I think so. That Chinese Taipei and the Philippines probably, you're looking at teams that might break into the top bubble of 4 teams. It's
or maybe Democratic People's Republic of Korea. I would possibly rate Chinese Taipei a little bit higher.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we saw them practice yesterday. I'll be surprised if the Democratic Republic of Korea win a game. You know, it'll be tough for them.
Now, Tom Hovas, the coach, he was at the Olympics as an assistant, so they do have the benefit of some continuity. And there is Patrick Henry Aquino. I mean, in fact, I think I'm not sure we've got the right photo there. But in any event, this is a Philippines team that is certainly going to be excited about taking part, and we'll see if they come out all guns blazing. So that was indeed Coach Aquino, and he was hoping that all this preparation that's gone into today's game is going to pay dividends and pull off a big shock against the Japanese. Well, welcome, folks. If you're just tuning in, we're in India and Bengaluru, and it's the FIBA Asia Women's Cup. It's day 1. It's the second game of the day, and it's the Philippines and Japan. Asami Yoshida has dyed her hair. She's got the ball up top and gets it over to the corner, and the first attempt is no good. That was by Nagaoka. And the drive is a miss, and Yoshida has it. And again, the shot is short, so they are not going to be shy about putting them up.
That was Kondo's early jump shot there. Then we're 3 seconds off the shot clock, and it was going to get fired up. Sometimes you get rid of those nerves, Jeff, early in the game.
Cabin Ben hands it off. And now it's D. And now quickly. And the turnover. And Bernardino hands it off. And the long one is short. So Sami Yoshida been a part of that success the last 2 Japanese teams, as has this player, Saka, and formerly Yuka Mamiya. Now Saka scores down low. And the ball goes out of bounds. Good harassing defense.
Well, it was Asaki that came over and gave the option of Cabin Bin no option to get down the sideline. Stepped on the sideline. Turned the first turnover for the Philippines.
Yoshida dumps it down low to Miyazawa, but she couldn't catch it. And the swat. And Yoshida, so Miyazawa on the SWAT team. Miyazawa for three, go! And that takes Japan up to a 5-0 lead here 2.5 minutes into this opening quarter.
Well, the transition break for the Japanese is fairly functional, isn't it? They are not shy about shooting the shot. Philippines are going to have to work some options here. They've already missed one layup. They're going to have to find ways of scoring that are they're going to be fairly easy.
Now look at Miyazawa. Gets it back.
Well, nobody picked her up, did they? Once she'd given it up, got into the lane, nobody wanted to squeeze her off that three-point line.
Bernardino launches one from downtown, and Osamu Yoshida just throws it up ahead in an easy one for Nagaoka, and that is just almost unforgivable for the Philippines.
Well, poor transition, because Bernardino took the jump shot and was the one that had to get back. She didn't hustle either.
Good move that time from the Philippines, from Lim. I think Lim thought she was taking free throws.
Well, I agree, Jeff. There was contact up high, so fair enough for the referees. They didn't have to give the shots.
But 7-0 here at the start of the game. Almathon drives in and travels, and the ball goes back over to the team in red. Remember, Japan, these are important games for them as they build towards hosting the 2020 Olympics. So the last thing in the world they want to do is miss out on the next year's World Cup. As they build towards that, they got to get a top 4 finish at this tournament. Now clearing out, ball goes out of bounds. Nagaoka was trying to fight for position. Ball goes out of bounds. And now the Philippines bring it back, still looking for their first points. And T's pass eludes her teammate, goes out of bounds.
Well, Japanese have just, stepped up a little bit of intensity defensively, and hence the back-to-back turnovers. The strength of the Japanese girls is pretty impressive.
Miyazawa,
The foul's on Animam.
not afraid to go up. This Japanese team, often you might think of them as being a little bit smaller themselves, but I mean, they obviously against the Philippines, they look big.
Towering, aren't they? And I go back to the fact they're physically in shape too, and that physicality is shining bright right now against this smaller stature team of the Philippines.
So timeout on the floor as the Philippines try to regroup. So 6:11 remains, and Philippines still searching for their first points of the game. And interesting how Hovas, obviously he lives in Japan, he speaks Japanese, he's an American, he's from, played basketball at Penn State. Gets a little bit of a mixture of English in there as well.
C'est penchant. Throw something to confuse your players, that's right.
If he says,
I'm sure they all speak English very well.
If he says domo arigato, I know what he means. Japan weren't that, they were impressive last year as well. They just didn't quite make some plays in Rio de Janeiro that would have elevated them. See the pass down low, and
well, Jeff, you've seen them over the years. I mean, the standard has improved. The structure of Japanese basketball at the women's level has improved tremendously, and now they're seeing the fruits of it too.
They finished 8th. They did get to the quarterfinals. And the dump down low, and another basket for Nakaoda.
Yeah, if you can't put pressure on the ball, you're going to get all sorts of passes just dropped into the post, easy looks. And almost a turnover there. Resultai was the one that bailed them out.
And the dump again, and this time the Philippines get on the board. It was Lim, but quickly Nagaoka, and for the second time in the game already, the Philippines don't get back on defense. And Japan just throw it over them. Resulté. They're going back to look at their Olympic campaign. I mean, this is how good Japan were. They started with a win over Belarus, then they beat the host Brazil, and the most costly defeat for them came against Turkey in that third game. Had they not lost that game, or had they been able to hold on to beat Australia, they could have avoided the USA in the quarterfinals. So this is a very good team, even without Takashiki.
And that's the one game everybody wants to avoid. The one you want to avoid in any knockout stage, don't you?
You want to avoid them as long as possible. Sami Yoshida. Kondo. Miyazawa. Osaki.
Yeah, the Philippines just struggling to handle the brute strength, if you will, of the Japanese under the bucket, because the shot was missed, but they just couldn't get any form of rebounding position. Wide open shot there for Kawamura.
Kondo for 3. And it is starting to rain some three-pointers for Japan. Dump down low, and Osaki, her pass right into the hands of the opponent. And the ball still will not go down for the Philippines. That was Miranda who had the ball rattle out. Here's another 3. Look at this.
Yeah, and again, it's all down to space and how much time you can give the opponent, isn't it? And too much being offered to the Japanese team.
Look at how quickly they push the ball up the floor. Miyazawa. And Mashida's in the game as well for Japan. The backup point guard. And inside it goes to Osaki. And traveling is the call.
Well, they're just chasing down Tonga right now. As soon as you get close to half court, they put more pressure, get closer and closer on the peg. They're on the sideline.
Philippines need to stop the bleeding right now. 16-2. They're going to be facing a mountain to climb here. And in it goes, and that was a little bit of pain felt by Osaki. She came down hard on the hardwood. She's got 4 points, and she's going to come out. Look at this again. See what happens. She catches it, does a great job, and as she goes up,
she's kind of leg taken out of it, Jess. Right leg was taken away.
Just kind of nudged.
Yep.
And lost her balance. And perhaps Lim was fortunate not to have a foul called. And Osaki's going to get a breather. Going to rest up. And Lim drives in. So Lim looked good on that drive. Then quickly to the other end. Kondo, and boxing out was Lim, and a double foul has been called.
Well, they were going at each other in the low post before that, Jeff.
Kawamura
had posted up Lim, and Lim took exception to it was a hard hit too.
Entry pass is good. She banks it in. Kawamura. He says, give me the foul and give me the ball.
Yeah, poor defense there. Just the matchup on the screen was not quite right. Lucky to get out of that one there. Is that Brazil tie over there.
Resultai is going to inbound it to Miranda. Miranda just takes it all the way, and she was fouled as she was going up, I believe, by Nagaoka. And we're going to get our first look at Eveline Muwali, the daughter of Ghanaians, but born and raised in Japan. That was a nice release, and certainly as you look at Miranda, she has got the look of wanting to have a real go here at the Japanese.
Pressure there from Tongo. Jeff just trying to add some spice to the defense, but the referees were quick to spot the little nudge, a little push in the back on the sideline. More subs in for Japan here. Miyazawa out. I think there's Akaho in, Sakura Akaho.
So Machida misses the first. And we're going to get our look at Mizushima, player that we were talking about that was impressive for Toyota Aardvarks. She comes in, her team's already up 15 points. Here's Lim, passes to the corner. Good job by Resultai to get the ball back. Resultai again, puts it up. That's some basketball from the Philippines.
Yeah, nice work, and they need a bit more of that, a bit more urgency offensively. Got to make some jump shots, obviously.
And this time chasing Machida down the floor. Almost coming up with the steal was Tongo. Akahu had that miss. Miranda, it's good. And the Philippines showing us they've got some basketball.
Well, there's an element to they just keep going at you. They keep playing the same offense. They're very, very quick, pretty adept at handling the ball.
And Akaho misses everything. And now quickly up the floor. Lim has it. Lim's going to go all the way between the legs, puts it up, and gets the contact. And the foul is either going to be on Kawamura or it's going to be on Mizushima. Tom Hovas is calling a timeout. Watch this. Goes behind the back. So that was Miranda, and things were starting to look pretty ugly there for Philippines, but they've come right back now and trail by just 11 points. And Hovas has called timeout. So here's Coach Aquino. Let's try to listen in. Well, I know the Filipinos can speak English, but they're not. And we know that Hovas can speak English as well, but he's speaking Japanese. He's shouting Japanese.
Yeah, he's not happy. I mean, the Philippines have made a little run here, although it's still an 11-point game, 21-10, Jeff. I think the important is I think they must have scored maybe 6, 8, 10 out of the last few buckets here.
What did you think? Could you see how Hovas walked away and said, "You guys sort it out"? In other words, you know what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, exactly right. I think there's an element that, listen, look at the scoreline, Jeff. It's 11 points right now. It could be 21 points. It could be 20 points, but he's let the Japanese have let the Philippines back in the game slightly. So he's just a little irate, a little frustrated. They've lost concentration. How many of these kids are out there start the game? Not many at all. So there's an element that they need to look for leaders, come up with some good options.
Well, these are opportunities, if you're Lim in the Philippines, you want to make. And you want to take advantage of. Second one is good. Mawuli, we're going to get first look at her. She tries to do too much, perhaps. They pass it. And Kawamura was off. How long will Hovas not go with the starters, I wonder?
Well,
There's no tie misses.
I think as long as it's double digits, 10 points right now, he'll be comfortable.
Machida outraces the defense. Well, he's going to need this bench to play well in this tournament, especially 2 games from now when they go up against Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just defense right now. It's as long as this 5 can play hard defensively, let the Philippines make the mistakes like that one there. Just stay in front of the ball. As Machida catches on the run. We've seen quite a few of that, a lot of foot races down the floor, which means that the Philippines don't get back easily, don't get back very well.
Beautiful quick pass inside, much better from Japan. That was Akoho. Animam down on the baseline. You pretty much know, well, it seems like Miranda, Lim, Resultai are going to be putting the ball up for the Philippines.
Yeah,
but now 2 of them are going out.
Looking at the way they played the first 8-9 minutes here, Jeff, I agree. It's much of the offense is going to come through those 3.
Pontejos has it now into the game. Shot clock about to expire, and
yeah, she knew it was expiring. I don't think she could get the space to get a shot off, though.
So only 9 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Japan looking to pad that lead again. Machida's going to launch it for 3, and Animam gets the rebound, and that is the end of the first quarter. So a little bit better for that second team from Japan at the end of the quarter here in Bengaluru. They lead it 25-11 over the Philippines. So it's a lot of good from Japan. We have seen a little bit from the Philippines to be able to come back, but the problem for the Philippines against Japan is that they really dug themselves a hole early. Much of that is owed to the play of Japan. This is what, you know, right at the beginning of the game, and Japan just kind of got the wind in their sails, but also some mistakes by the Philippines.
Yeah, 2 things I think was stood out for me a long time. Defensively for the Philippines, not tough enough, don't close out quick enough, can't play in the post physically. And the second thing is they didn't get back on defense. You know, there was, I think 3, maybe 4 breaks, passes over the top, easy 2 points, and they contributed to a lot of time to their own misfortune.
Well, at the end of the first quarter, I mean, you have to say that from a scoring standpoint, from the Japanese anyway, you know you're going to be getting your points from your Osakis, or formerly Mamiya, from Yoshida, and they've gotten it from a whole cast of characters. Miyazawa. And nice basket. Now the quick retaliation.
Straight over the top as well. You don't often see that. Just trying to exploit the fact they don't get back. And there's the high-low. Nice play. Nice look down low there from Osaki down to Miyazawa. Here's the last Philippine. They love the handoffs. A little spin in the lane. Maybe a little fortunate to get that off, but we'll give the credit to the Philippine player.
Nagaoka's leading Japan. Miyazawa makes those. Miranda with 7 points is leading the way to the Philippines. Now that three-pointer got a lot of rim and stayed out, but the long rebound goes to the Philippines.
Good defense there, Jeff, from Osaki, I think it was. Just held her ground. Made sure that there was no easy look to the basket. Pushed the Philippine player off to the baseline.
Kondo launches one. And Osaki back in the game, so she looks to be okay. Pontejos went up looking like she was trying to get at least a bump or a foul called. Kondo again, and the scrap down low.
Well, you know what, Jeff, I love to see that. You know, there's a way of playing which is either you let the offense get in where they want to, or you're going to put up a fight, and the Philippines are putting up a fight under the hoop. They're not going to stand for somebody getting position. They're going to make it a little more difficult for them.
Nagaoka, another three-pointer. Well, Nagaoka's come out and provided some scoring impetus.
You say she was top scorer?
She's got 9, so now, yeah, definitely. Osaki also has 6. Pontejos hits the 3, gets it right back.
Tough shot, a lot of pressure on her. Came up with the goods.
And great defense. Getting a hand up.
Stare from Miyazawa to the referees. I think she wanted a foul. She felt contact.
So Bernardino with the SWAT. She's on the SWAT team, and this time unable to stop Osaki.
I can't understand what defensively they were trying to do there, the Philippines, but Osaki just had one step in and wide open. I mean, that's the first cut you stop on an end line out of bounds, isn't it? The one that's nearer to the bucket and to the basket.
That free throw is good, so the three-point play pushes the lead now back to 17. I think 17 is in fact the biggest lead of the game. Almathan gets in low, and Castro had her shot blocked, but kind of a loose ball picked up there by the Philippines, and they turned it into a basket.
Bernardino very fortunate there to end up with the ball in her lap.
Another impressive stroke that time from Miyazawa. She's got 7.
Jeff, all these bigs these days can shoot that 3, and they stretch the floor so much for a team, well, even like the Philippines, who are all small, most of them anyway.
Good hands by Japan.
They're smaller than the Japanese team. Here's the three-pointer there. Just opened up, stretched to the floor.
Yep. So she's actually got 8 points, Miyazawa. Oh, banks it in.
I'm going to say that wasn't what was originally intended, but
well, as Cabin Ben banks it in.
I think it's Pontejos, Jeff.
Oh, it wasn't 6. Okay. Yep, you're right. It was Pontejos, who also had the corner 3.
Yeah.
So she's turning out to be quite the three-point threat. Well, Osaki, just a layup.
Another out of bounds that just ended up with an easy shot. There's something wrong with that defense in there. I'm not sure they can. They'll need to look at that at halftime.
Miranda brings a little bit of rain. Hit the three.
Big smile on her face. She jumped back on defense too.
Trying to deny Mawuli the ball. Osaki steps out. Miranda hustling, comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, I mean, hustle's the name of the game for Filipino basketball, that's for sure. You're never going to be short of that.
Oh, three-pointer. It's going to count. And there was a foul off the ball underneath the basket. Look at this. So Almathon makes the three, but then the clear out was by Castro. You can see with using her left arm, taking poor Osaki down. She's been down a couple of times today, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad sequence for the Philippines because they counted the three.
No, and you know what? Again, you make a statement, Jeff. You know, you make a statement. Nobody's going to box me out. You know, fight fire with fire. Make it a scrappy game, which they're doing right now.
Osaki now has the team high 11 points. So Nagaoka has 9 and Miyazawa 8. Miranda with 13. That's a game high.
Well, they look a little more inspired down that end right now. It's only an 11-point game. You know, the last time Hovas called timeout, Jeff, it was a 10-point game. So similar situation. They pulled away. They pegged back.
And he had some starters on the floor as well. They've hit 4 threes today.
Well, they're going to win it from the three-point line if they're going to win it, that's for sure, because they haven't really got the game inside, the finesse game inside to get it done from there.
Mawuli from the left. It's good. Well, we're wondering when she was going to uncork one, and now she has.
Yeah, nice shot. The first time she touched, she had that drive that didn't come to much.
Pantejos. And Miyazawa gets it to Saki Mizushima, who was fouled as she went up the court.
Almazan there on screen was the one that committed the foul. Good job she did too, because the Japanese were off on the off to the races. Well, they get 2 shots anyway, so it wasn't perhaps the best of fouls. Quickly in the bonus there, Jeff. Philippines 5-0 the foul count.
So maybe that'll get Mizushima going as well. We were really, they really talked her up before this game, the Japanese. And the block, nice play, and up ahead to Mawuli. And she has another 3-point play opportunity. But the Japanese have really hurt them with their fast break basketball.
Oh, they're quick out, aren't they? And any sign of a ball going to red hands, and they're just off to the races. Run the lane so hard, so quick.
That was Miyazawa who had the block. We expected them to cope well today without Ramu Takashiki, and they have. But Japan need players like Mawuli to do what she just did to really keep it going, to really make that next step and be competitive here at this tournament. And now, offensive foul on Castro, another one.
I'm interested to see what she did there, Jeff, because she was the one that ended up on the floor. Whether she got caught out, got twirled around, I'm not sure, but the referees were closest to see the action, they probably got it right.
Now the jumper. So Karamura was off target.
Nice play there from Fujioka, because she just sensed that Kevin Van had touched it. Therefore, she knew they were going to get it if it went out of bounds.
Saki drives in. Mawuli open. She looks pretty comfortable in that corner, doesn't she?
She's not moving far there, is she? Every time she's caught it, it's been that same place.
So Miyazawa comes out of the game. Miranda goes out. Cabin. That was looking for the foul. It was D. Lim slow getting back.
Just caught a shot to the chin, I think it was, as she was rebounding.
And they pass over the defensive side again. And Mizushima picks up the foul.
Interesting call. It's probably could have let that one go, really. It wasn't affecting much. Wasn't much contact either.
Cabin gets it over to D. Now back to Cabin. Lim, little floater. And back it goes over to Japan.
That'll be 2 shots too, Jeff. For that foul count went over the bonus point very early in the quarter.
So the first one is good from Akaho. And the second one is good. See Asami Yoshida, a little bit of perhaps premature celebrations over there on the bench.
Well, you wonder how much you're playing this game after they extend this lead anymore. Maybe just rest up at bigger games to come.
Well, traveling, that is the call. And that was on the Philippines number 12, Resulte. Mawuli raised her left elbow, and Resulte did a good job of
the thing with the Philippine defenders, Jeff, they get in your face, they get a bit niggly on you, so therefore, you know, Mawuli just wanted to create some space for herself by using her elbow, get the defender off her.
Cabin for 3.
Yeah, that little flurry of hitting 3 threes. They've not scored since then, I don't think.
Mizushima, short. Now Cabin. And again, Cabin called for the walk.
Yeah, just lacking a little fundamental there. Just trying to get some advantage before the defender could creep up to her.
Philippines now would like to finish the second quarter strong and go to halftime having cut into that deficit. But it's one shot and out. And Mizushima, well, right play, just didn't finish.
Beautiful pass, wasn't it, from Fujioka?
Mawuli's going to pull up. Nope, going to take it all the way and just missed the layup. And a frustrated look over there from Hovas, the coach of Japan.
He looks a little, what am I watching here? I think he just needs to let this 5 just relax a bit more.
And Lim hits in the lane. Mizushima this time does make the layup.
Well, they just don't get back, Jeff. Philippines do not get back. I mean, as quick as they are, as sprightly around the floor, that's the one element of this game, sprinting back to the bucket.
So Philippines have called timeout, and they're in trouble, trailing by 21 points. Miranda with the 13 points, leading the way for them. Pontejos and had those 2 threes.
Defense transition 早く pick up 早く声出して相手がドライビンばっかりするじゃないですか。それポジション悪くなるからヘルプが遅いから早くにポジション取って、okay? 声出して練習通りじゃないですか。この間注意したでしょ。全然声出してない。声出してポジション取って早くピックアップしてそこから走って、
So back to live action here in the Philippines. Attacking. Resultai short there for the rebound. Animam wasn't able to put it back up and in. And then the drive and the layup for Fujioka.
Pretty play, a little secondary break option with 3 men on one side, 2 on the weak. Well worked.
Konko missed. Now Mawuli. And it's just it's getting ugly now for the Philippines to give away this type of basket.
Yeah, it's just one-way traffic. One-way traffic. You know, when you give up fast break points that easily.
And again, the read. Here it comes, Fujioka. And I almost wonder if Philippines might need to get another timeout. But inside the final minute, it's 56-29. Japan just running away with it. Don't even have a timeout left. Lim. 2 shots. Look at this last Japan steal and layup. Fujioka.
Well, yeah, two Filipino players walking back, and the other 3 ran, but they didn't get very far back.
Lin misses both. And clearing out. So Mizushima Perhaps struggling a bit here in the first half.
Yeah, she was frustrated with the referee's call, but you know, I don't think there's any arguments about that at all, really.
And basket is good from Animan. Final 6 seconds. Mawuli wide open, but Akaho is going to take it down the lane and miss the layup. But I think Japan will settle for that, leading it 56-31.
No, that's a good first half performance. I think the Philippine team will. The problem for them, they're going to get tighter and tighter, and they look shattered right now as they walk off. That's a fair old education they received that first 20 minutes. There's your stats right there. If you look at it, Philippine numbers, the 4 threes midway through that second quarter gave them, I think, a little bit of lifeline. This game could be even more uglier than that. Rebound-wise, 17-14. That's more for the fact the Japanese aren't missing many shots, I think. 0 offensive rebounds. Turnovers for the Philippines, crucial, 13 against 5. That's never going to get you very far in games when you turn the ball over that much.
Well, we're at halftime as Japan on top, 56-31. Stick around. Be back for the second half.
would so be doing this a different, the real way, making real television in the U.S. I would. Let's just say, I'm not trying to say anything about myself. I'm just going to say I've won 8 Emmys and I've been nominated for over 50. And it ain't cause I do a game like this. Oh my gosh, I would be doing a lot more replays. I'd have a lot more control over the. There's a lot of different things telling stories inside the game that we're not allowed to do because people are close. That's okay. That's what they want. They're the boss. You know what? I will at some point. Yeah. But I don't want.
You don't want to come off sounding like you're the.
Yeah, this is the way they do it. There's a lot of ways to build a widget. This is their widget.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm sure he wouldn't have a problem talking about it.
I did.
He's gonna throw it out there.
I think the problem you would have is not all the crews. So what we're doing here is elevating some crews where we're dummying it way down. To Paul and him about it. I think that's a great idea.
Oh, what? They were having me laying down.
it. 56-31, Japan in command against the Philippines, and Coach Aquino certainly hasn't given up the ghost in this one, but I don't know what he would have told his players at halftime other than the stuff that we talked about, Mick, in terms of got to get down the floor, stop the fast break, got to rebound, and it's going to be difficult for them to rebound. But you can't, if there's one thing you can't do, and you shouldn't do against anybody if you're the Philippines, is allow people to beat you down the court.
No, that's right. And that's you know what, that's a tough one to turn around at halftime, you know, but that's just mindset, you know, how quickly and how hard you really want to hustle back. I'm not even sure they'll solve that problem before the end of this tournament, because and it's obviously something Japan have looked at and said, discussed, we can find this weakness. They're not a great team that doesn't run that fast going back on defense. Always used to say when you're coaching, the players that run quicker going back on defense, or the players run quicker going forward than do going backwards on D.
Is this a good game for Japan to be playing at this stage of the tournament, or would you rather play, say, the Philippines in your last game of the group stage?
I think it's probably better to do it this way. You know, what you don't want is to come into your tournament playing a top team and then have your worst game because of nerves, whatever it is, you know, getting used to the ball, the lighting, the floor, the crowd, everything. You know, your first game, you're very vulnerable.
Well, we were speculating because, for example, at the Eurobasket women, we watched the Czech Republic as the host nation went up, and they played against Hungary. Excuse me, no, they played one of the weaker teams. Maybe it was the Slovak Republic, and they lost. And they were thinking they should have just gone out and played Spain, who ended up winning it, get the tough game out of the way.
Sounds like if they're going to lose to a weak team, they would have, yeah, you're right, they would have lost anyway to Spain.
But anyway, Japan have even, you know, even though they're obviously a superior team, you know, they haven't given you too many reasons to think they can't have a solid tournament. But the one thing that they do need to do is to make sure they've got that second five firing, because they're going to need them as the bigger games come.
Yeah, absolutely right, Jeff. That's exactly right. This is going to be an easy second half, you'd think.
Well, Machida just comes right out. You saw the Japanese doing a little bit of trapping. Excuse me, the Philippines doing a little bit of trapping. And that has to really take some of the wind out of your sails for the other team to come out and pop a three immediately. And the swat from Nagaoka. And Nagaoka, again, Philippines almost get beat down the floor again. Watch this, the rejection.
Straight away, run the floor. As soon as they see two hands on the ball that it's the Japanese hands, they get out and just run lanes.
The miss, and now in retreat, and quickly Japan rushing, but get ahead of themselves. Kondo saves it in bounds, and now the Philippines push it hard, and Miranda gets denied.
Another good block. That's the way to protect the rim, Jeff. Just make sure you hold your ground. Don't reach in, keep your hands vertical.
Miranda. So 8:40 remaining in the third quarter. And the Philippines are going to make their move. They've got to make it now. Can't afford to fall any further behind. And another three-pointer falls for Japan.
Well, it's going to be tough, isn't it, when a team shoots as well as that? Back-to-back threes for them to start the second half, and that will just open the whole floor up for them when the defense has to close out.
Well, Pontejos turns it over. Nagaoka right on line. And foul clearing out down low on Japan's number 22, Kawamura. Look at this three. They get their feet set, Mick.
Well, we talked in the last game about Korea not being able to get the ball out of their hands quick on release, and you saw a perfect example of how it's done.
Oh, up and down, traveling.
You know, if you take away, I think a period they must have hit 3 threes, Jeff, in the second period. This game has been pretty much one-way traffic, hasn't it?
Oh, look at that. Pantejo sneaks in, takes it away, puts it up and in.
Nice work. Nice work. Nice. Can't you do it again?
Now watch this. Oh, she got away with a little shirt tug. But still, just a little bit of miscommunication there between Kawamura and Machida. Machida. And the battle for it. So good hustling in the corner by Animam. Now, Pontejos, another one.
You know, those threes look pretty good too. They got nice arc on it. The depth is good, but the degree of difficulty, because they're shooting so far out, it's got to be precision. And they're not quite getting the love, as you say, Jeff, from the rim.
Yeah, the bump down low on the penetration from Nagaoka has been very active.
By the way, with a little hook as she went round the corner there with her elbow, but referees didn't spot it, spotted the other foul instead, so she'll get the couple of free throws. One of the mainstays of this team here, Moeka Nagaoka.
Yeah,
one of them.
Nagaoka. You know, it's interesting looking at Nagaoka. She's not got a bad physique, but no, I mean, not grabbing many rebounds. But I guess it could be there's not that many rebounds to be grabbed. I mean, they're pretty much executing on offense.
Well, there's plenty of rebounds down the defensive end, because the Philippines have missed a lot of shots. But offensively, yeah, you're right.
See Mawuli coming back into the game, and also Mizushima, number 7.
I tell you, as a coach, Jeff, you hate that type of foul. You know, you got a dribbler going in. They're out of control, really, and there's no rebounders. Just hold your ground, let them come up with a missed shot.
So Bernardino makes both free throws.
Missed the first.
Excuse me, missed the first. I looked away. And the ball goes off Mizushima.
A double deflection. I think the Philippine girl touched it first. Mizushima just got a finger on it.
Oh, that's got to be something there. Mizushima took the contact. Miranda drove in, collision, but there wasn't anything called.
Yeah, I think because she was passing the ball and got rid of the ball, I don't think the referees wanted to get involved on that one, but it was definitely a strange one.
Pontejos again, and this time fouled shooting the 3. Well, that's what those early makes do. They drew the defense out at you.
Yeah, and again, no need for Machida to get that close and cause the contact. Let him make a shot. He's just made a shot. Nobody's made a shot this second half yet from the deep for the Filipinos. Let him make one.
So one of the top offensive players for this team in this game. I'll tell you, Coach Hofstadt, for his team being up by almost 30 points, he has a stern look on his face out of the camera as you watch as the ball now. Look at him standing there in front of the bench. He wants to see execution.
Oh yeah, he wants to see everything pretty. You know, when it gets out of sync and ill discipline, that's when coaches get frustrated.
Saki Mizushima hitting her first three. And now the players diving on the floor for the loose ball. Another good hands, quick hands from the Japanese. Oh, nice feed from Mizushima to Mawuli.
Yeah, it's a picture perfect fast break, except for the finish possibly, but look at this. There's the pass, Mawuli over this far side. One more here in the corner to Mizushima.
So Mawuli is potentially a very important player for this Japanese team in this tournament. Makes one of two. Asami Yoshida looks on there on the left. She was next to Kawamura. So you know, Yoshida tore her ACL. I think it was before the FIBA Women's World Championship in 2014. And she's a veteran, so I guess if they can afford to give her a little bit extra time here, that's not a bad thing. And a foul called on Japan.
It's a tough call. It's the right call, but it's a tough one on the Japanese defense because all they're trying to do is stay ahead of the ball.
So Machida, having taken somewhat of a tongue lashing, comes right back into the game. We're missing some free throws. And quickly, Mawuli.
You're giving up a basket that quickly after free throws, Jeff. It just tells you you're not getting back prepared.
Miyazawa comes out, and Kawamura comes back in. And the ball goes in, so a little bit better here from the Philippines.
First change of defense here for the Philippines, gone to zone, trying to change their fortunes a little bit.
Machida inside the three-point line, makes it.
Interesting that she was inside, wasn't it? Got the pass. Players don't usually do that. They like to line up outside the three-point line.
And the pass goes off the hands of Pontejos.
It was a good backdoor cut from Panteos, but the pass was not quite there as Aquino's trying to explain to Miranda as she walks off the floor.
Mawuli goes baseline, the reach.
She'd look good, Mawuli, I think, Jeff. Same corner she operates from. It's like this drive left hand, shoot the three. She looks like a sprightly little player.
Castro comes back into the game. So does D, number 15. And also number 18, Tomko. And another three. That is definitely her spot on the floor, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the second three she's made from there, and maybe the fourth or fifth time she's actually caught the ball there.
Lim drives in. Fujioka pushes it quickly. Now back to Aoka. Pulls up and hits the three at the line, or the jumper at the line.
Again, very, very pretty, very disciplined. One pass to the opposite corner, then hit the trailer for the jump shot. More like a clinic going on.
Here's Fujioka again. Over to Machida. This time she is behind the line. But she was short. Aoka scraps for the rebound. Aoka. Go back to the rim. Instead of pushing it, Lim held it up. Now Rezotai. Mawuli inside to Aoka.
Nice play, beautiful play. I mean, the mismatch was clearly evident, but two from Akaho.
Akaho, excuse me, yep. And really, they're cruising now. So what's Tom Hovas talking about now?
Yeah, well, he's a little happier than he was the first half. I think now you start building for the next game. There's no point. What you can't do, Jeff, you can't show a relaxed attitude anymore. You know, once you're in this position as a coach, you know full well the game's probably going to end up a W, but you cannot show a relaxed attitude to the players as they start to take the foot off the gas too.
So Philippines just looking for something, anything to get going. And Aquino stomped his foot. He wasn't happy with the play.
Yeah, a little bit of intimidation. That shot should have been easy layup really for the Philippines.
And the dump, and Kawamura puts it in.
Wow, look at that high-low play, and it was executed to perfection. The Philippines can't guard inside, that's for sure. That could be a travel.
And they're scrapping for it. Ball goes out of bounds.
A pivot that started near the key ended up on the baseline somewhere.
You know, Miranda has 15 points, is a game high, but Mawuli has the 14 points. That's leading her Japan now. Machida has it. Here's Mawuli again, and doesn't force it, but gets the pass to her teammate, and Akaho knocks it in at the line.
Yeah, nice play again. I wonder what they're going to get over 100, Jeff, here, the Japanese. I wonder what the record score for an Asia Cup game is.
Mawuli gets the rebound, and again they beat them up the pole, and Akaho missed the layup. Wide open, Machida. Pantajos. Pantajos, rather, now. Penetration. Pantajos gets the long rebound. No, Machida takes it away, and look at this. We've seen this before. Uncontested, unmolested. Easy as you like it. Have to develop a new stat. Easy layups. And Miranda has it taken away, and that's an unsportsmanlike. You knew that was coming. So Mawuli will get 2 free throws, and it'll be possession for Japan. And the Philippines have just unraveled.
Yeah. I think it's this game is long for them, even in the first quarter. But now you're looking at 10 more minutes left. They're exhausted. You know, 131 points was on the board for Japan against India at the 215 tournament. I don't think you were there, Jeff. Were you there for that one?
Nope, I was not there. I was there in heart, in spirit, but I was not there.
So I don't think they're going to get to a 131 on this one.
And the pass. And right at the end of the quarter, 87-39, Japan in command. Fourth quarter action underway here, and it's Japan just 13 points shy of the century mark, 10 minutes remaining. How long will it be before they get there? Well, first of all, it's Philippines running a nice little play there, getting the double team.
Yeah, that was nice, and surprising for Japan, there was no help side came over.
Kawamura right at the line. Oh, we saw some clapping there from the coach. He saw him at the top of the screen.
Yeah, again, good execution. The defense for the Philippines is allowing a lot of space for the Japanese players, therefore They're looking better than they perhaps might against good opposition or better opposition. So this has been a real Achilles for the Philippines, getting back, picking up.
Pontejos has it. She's not going to be shy about putting it up. Fujioka. Saki Mizushima. Almost lost it, got it back. Got it to Mawuli. That's her shot. That's her spot. And Almadhan just drives in and misses the layup. And Mawuli catches it and scores it.
Yeah, and that's nice, isn't it? Philippines players just struggling to really, show the effort of getting back. They look a little out of shape at this point. It's just been a real test of their mental and physical powers.
And she's got 18 points, Mawuli now. Kahu right at the line, and the follow. Well, Kawamura come out firing here in the fourth quarter. Got that little putback, and Kawamura now has 8 points. How many times are we going to see the pass from Fujioka just beyond midcourt to a streaking teammate for a layup? It just happens over and over.
And they're queuing up too. It's not like there's one person down the floor. There's sometimes an option of 2 or 3.
So 7 minutes remaining. We suspect, we don't know, that North Korea is going to be pretty challenged as well, or the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in the next game, but maybe we'll be surprised. So you've got this order. Traditionally, I remember when I came to watch the FIBA Asia Women's Championship back in 2013 in Bangkok, you had Japan. As you look at this replay, this type of play that we've been talking about, the easy fast break points, there were really only 4 really competitive teams. So at least with the addition of Australia and New Zealand now, you've got, you're going to have a lot more good games with them in. And we've already watched Australia today, and they were ruthless.
Jeff, you go back to 2005, Japan got beaten by 50 by China. So look at the progress they've made in those 12 years. It's not bad, and now they're beating teams by 50. And it's up to the Philippines to make the adjustment, and then put the money, put the development work into the development. This is going to be a much more serious tournament now with 6 credible teams now.
And look at Fujioka just running range.
The White Sea just opened up in front of her.
Bernardino couldn't keep up.
Everybody followed their man to the perimeter. Open layup.
Yeah, you're talking about, when you talk about the order, and jump shot is good from Miranda. So you got Japan, you got China. Historically, you got Korea, you got Chinese Taipei. Those were the 4 teams. And now you've also got New Zealand and Australia. And the dunk, and it's good. In fact, North Korea didn't even play at the tournament in 2013. They did play in 2015 in Division B.
Yeah.
So that's why we suspect they're going to struggle a little bit in their next game.
Yeah, those 2 teams, the Philippines and North Korea, will be the 2 teams that really need to go back, work on their programs.
So just one more for Japan, and they've got 100. Philippines will try to get this game out of their system. Miss that one, get it back. They will have to come back to play Australia tomorrow, so we know it's not going to be easy for them. And then you might say their make or break game would be against Korea, but I think it's going to be tough.
You know, Tom Hovas coaches this team well, you know, and he's been part of the program for a long time. The bigs, first big down the floor, head straight for underneath the hoop, big post up, causes all sorts of problems as a defense trying to match up.
Well, he actually coached the offense, didn't he? He coached the offense.
So he said offensive coordinator last
at
2
the
or 3
Olympics.
years, the Olympics, yeah.
So I suppose if there's been any adjustment for him, it's been coaching the defense. But
well, it's all been down to him, the offense, which is all credit to the way they play. They're very smooth.
Well, Mawuli, look at the high fives over on the bench.
We're close to a 60-point game here, Jeff.
Well, one comes back from Tonko. Mawuli catches it up high. Spin. Mizushima couldn't finish. $1 million move. $5 finish. 5-cent finish. So 102-46. Japan have been pretty much on cruise control in this entire second half. Kawamura. And the rebound, Akaho.
Yeah, even when they miss a jump shot, you got the big underneath the bucket to just clean up the mess. The Philippines will be winning this next 343 very quickly.
Oh, that's some love from the rim, for Lim. Watch the next time the Japanese get a basket. I think they have a tradition where one of their players gets up, walks.
High fives everybody on the bench.
Yeah. There's Mizushima, gets it over to Akaho. Look, they just rotate it, and it ends up with Fukuoka, and then Mawuli gets it, but misses the putback.
Well, you look over to that bench, Jeff. They're enjoying it, that's for sure. A lot of smiles on their faces. Well, you can't enjoy a 60-point victory.
I think the foot was on the line, but it's not going to make it anyway. And this time they do get back. Lim. Well, timeout. 2:50 remaining. Not sure what they're going to talk about at the States, but it's 104-49. Japan winning it big on opening day of the FIBA Asia Women's Cup. Bengaluru, India, the subcontinent. India is the host nation. They play in Division B, and they will play last one tonight. We'll actually be doing that game. That should be interesting. See Hovas. Did you used to like having the ice put on your back like that? Did you have teammates that did it?
Jeff, when we played, nobody had ice. Even though whether you liked it or not, there was no ice on the bench when we played. It was lucky to get a cold drink.
We always had ice in our drinks.
We used to have oranges at halftime. They used to take it from the football. Give you orange at halftime.
And bounce pass, defended. Rezulte rather, misses on the break. Mizushima. And a foul out on the perimeter. Number 3 team foul here in the third quarter. 2.5 minutes remaining. So next up will be Chinese Taipei. So hopefully you guys will stick around for that one. Democratic People's Republic of Korea as well. Hey, banked one in.
Nice shot there from Chonko. Threw it right up into the sky. Went old school with the backboard too.
Yep, the bank was open. Mawuli drives in. It's funny watching Coach Hovas's responses, his reactions.
He wasn't too impressed with that one, huh?
He just looked down, kind of looked away. Now 1.5 minutes remaining.
Same old story. Get your defender on your back and you can get a little position under the hoop and score much easier. It's been the story of this game, really, in terms of Philippine ineffectiveness guarding the post player.
Oh, nice feed, and the finish wasn't there. Fujioka. So finally inside that last minute now. Nice penetration. And ball rattles out. Tonkin. Off the hands and back over to Japan. Gosh, what do you say to your team after a game like this if you've lost?
Get changed.
Do you even say anything?
Well, you know, I was never one for talking straight after a game, win or lose. You know, let's just think about the moment, get your thoughts together first, and then we'll talk about it. Maybe next practice session or after dinner tonight, the session. The worst thing you can do is let your frustration or your emotions of the game, unless you're really upset, of course. You know.
But if you're the coach, you got to talk about it, don't you? You got to talk about it to the media. You got to face the music.
Yeah, and there is that as well. So there's very little time to have a meaningful talk with your players, with the media sessions that follow these games.
Good recovery for the Philippines. Look like they're going to give away a layup. So the final seconds ticking off the clock. You can see it on the screen. Lim puts in a 2 right at the end. So final score 106 to 55. Japan cruise past the Philippines. Masami Yoshida has a nice wrist. So the teams will shake hands. And I think your point about Japan having also taken their lumps over the years and then building a program, you know, that's the message that you would hope would filter down or filter over to the Philippines. You know, they've all, in other words, we've all been here. If you want it, you got to go get it.
Yeah, and they must have, in terms of volume of players in the Philippines, they must have more than most countries here, save China maybe. It's a basketball mad country.
So 21 points for Mawuli, led the scoring. Fujioka, surprisingly, had 10 rebounds. Listen to this double-double from Fujioka. Fujioka had 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and also 6 points. 3 steals. If she'd only,
Just,
you know,
shot the ball more.
shot it a little bit more, she would have had a triple-double.
If she played better. Yeah, I know, it's amazing, isn't it? That's,
Is that not going to be the one lasting memory that you have of this game, is Fujioka having the ball in her hands as she crosses midcourt and then making a quick diagonal pass or straight ahead pass to a teammate for a layup?
Well, it'd be interesting to see how they come out and run against other teams, because they've been impressive today. Very fluent down the floor, very quick to get out and get active down the other end of the floor.
And Aquino, these are the highlights from the game, and it won't make for pleasant viewing really for the Philippines, because it'll expose all of their defensive weaknesses, frailties.
Yeah, I mean, right from the start, you know, if you look at the first weakness, the inability to get onto the perimeter and guard somebody, close out, can you kick them off the three-point line? And then for me, the cardinal sin, not getting back on defense quick enough. You know, maybe it's something Japan highlighted straight away. Or,
I mean, it may happen once, but it better not happen twice.
Oh, it was happening, yeah.
And it happened
time
about
and time again, yeah.
12, 15 times.
Yeah.
So it's all about the FIBA Asia Women's Cup, and both Australia and Japan had started off with wins. So 106-55, Japan win it in big style over the Philippines on opening day. Yeah.